How's it going, everybody? It's Juan Galt. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. If this is the first time that you've been here, I'd like to give you a little introduction to myself, just so you know why you should care about what I think. If not, then go right ahead, make yourself at home. You know the channel, you know what this is about. So I started in crypto about 5 years ago. I started out of Toronto. There was a big co-working space there called the Central, and that was one of the places where Ethereum was born. So I got to meet a lot of these sort of early crypto people that became very influential in this space, including one of them being the chief technical officer of Shapeshift. And I met Vitalik a couple times, and a lot of people that were in the early Ethereum and some of the early kind of like Bitcoin hardcore people. So it's kind of like lucky I was at the right place at the right time. Spent 2 years talking to them every week, and that's basically where I learned most of what I know about crypto, like the fundamentals. About 2 years later, I started writing for various magazines, various cryptocurrency magazines, including one that's now gone called The Coin Front. I wrote like 50 articles for them, and then I moved on to Bitcoin Magazine, wrote a few articles for them, and then Cointelegraph, and then a couple for News BTC, and then Bitcoin.com, and then I kind of went independent for a while, and started a YouTube channel. And you can find a wide variety of interviews and content here. I think overall I've published about 500 different pieces of content, maybe 400 and something, both in text, audio, podcast, and video. And I am a total social media addict, so I tweet a lot, I post a lot on Facebook. I'm kind of like cutting down on Facebook a little bit, but you'll see my sort of core content on Facebook. And yeah, and I'm on Telegram and everything. So I've been doing kind of journalism and media content for crypto for a long time. My story started around BTC and Ethereum, as I mentioned. And then I kind of went into this sort of tour of the altcoins because I was sort of chasing the next big thing. It's like, what's the next big crypto? The next thing that's going to do 1,000x, 2,000x, right? So I just went down this rabbit hole of like looking at a lot of different altcoins and blockchains. And so I can tell you the family history of a lot of the altcoins, what they forked from, what their fundamental structure is, and things like that. And I've had a lot of just experience with different altcoins. Obviously there's like 10,000 of them, right? So I don't know most of them by detail, but they're all related. They're all children of Bitcoin in a sense, right? And so I've got to experience a lot of them, and I found myself kind of returning back to Bitcoin as kind of like my core, the core cryptocurrency that I support, and everything else kind of like it's much more up to question to me. So this channel, so you'll see my Twitter fully decked out in Bitcoin, and I'm focusing a lot of my content now on Bitcoin related topics. So that's kind of what you can expect from this channel moving forward for the foreseeable future. However, I do kind of commentary on different altcoins. I've been talking about Ethereum a little bit lately, and I've been talking about Bitcoin Cash and the fork and all the big cash drama, and because it's entertaining and educational, right? And we're all we have a lot of history together, right? So why the hell not talk about it? Yeah. So that's kind of like who I am and what I've been up to. I've also been living among libertarians for about 10 years. I've been, identified as a very hardcore libertarian and anarcho-capitalist, and believe it or not, I was an atheist for a long time. These days, I'm not sure exactly where I fall into those categories. I feel like I no longer buy either of those positions. I don't really, I'm at a point where I feel like I have my own way of looking at things, and you can stick around this channel to find out what that means and how I look at things. But you'll find a lot of people like that, the sort of hardcore libertarians among various altcoin communities, people like Roger Ver, Rick Falkvinge. There's a lot of characters like this, very sort of kind of weird, esoteric, sort of hardcore characters around the space. And so I've had a lot of experience with that mindset and how they think about the world. That's in fact my normal, and in a sense, like the normal world for normal people to me is strange. It's sort of like something I have to go and seek out because I've been living among libertarians for such a long time. So that's going to be that's informing my critique and analysis of the crypto space a lot. I believe that the crypto space today and all the altcoins and all the token platforms and even Bitcoin to some degree is the product of, in a sense, libertarian naivety trying to bridge the gap with old structures and old ancient structures that are no longer adaptive. And so that gap, there's going to be some truth in the idealism, in the naivety of the libertarian, sort of like the crypto world, that's going to match up with what the old structures no longer are functional for. And then there's going to be a bunch of stuff that just doesn't match up, that still is good from the old world and it's not good from the new tech. And that's the area that I like to explore. And that's the area that I think where this market really exists and can have ground, and where a lot of the pitfalls are. So you can expect from this channel about one show every week to 10 days. You can expect interviews with top influencers, top thinkers and communicators in the space, people that are doing real things. If you can look at my last few videos, I've got a lot of top Bitcoin people talking about UASF and some of the topics that I think are important. I tend to talk about historically relevant events, things that are actually like more noise rather than more signal rather than noise. I don't really follow the news very actively, or at least I don't really talk about the news very actively. But if something big is happening, you'll probably hear my commentary on it either here or on Twitter. And I talk about a lot more things in crypto in other channels, but this is like sort of like a crypto-centric channel. So you can find other things around, and I'll talk whatever you ask me. I'll probably take a shot at it. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, pretty much every social network, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram for sure. And sign up. I have a mailing list on my website, juansgalt.com. Sign up to it just in case we get some sort of crypto apocalypse and social media tries to purge us from their platforms. I think it's important to get connected to people through email because it's much more difficult to censor technology. So I have a mailing list. All the links are below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about everything that I say. Any feedback that you have. I'm not right about everything and I'm not wrong about everything. Let me know what you think so that I can stay kind of on course. And you guys have a fantastic day.